Video, we're going to take a look at how to make one of these circular coasters. So what you'll need for this is some rope, and you'll also need to know how to do a lark's head knot and a clove hitch knot. To get started, you first need to cut one length of rope that is 5 feet long and 5 pieces of rope that are about 3 feet long. You'll have to cut more rope as we go along, but this is just to get us started. So with your piece of 5-foot rope, I'm going to have the long end over on to my left. I'm going to make a loop, just like that. So I've got a short tail to my right, and then a long tail is trailing off to the left. And right here, where this rope doubles up, is where we're going to attach our other strands of rope. So if you take one of your 5 shorter pieces of rope, you're going to fold it in half. We're going to do a reverse lark's head knot. So that means we're going to start with our rope going under, behind, and then you're going to pull the 2 strands through and tighten it up. Just like so. And we're going to attach the next 4 pieces all along right beside it, making sure to attach them where there's 2 strands of rope. So you want to attach it over both strands. So again, it's coming from behind. Tighten it up. It's 2. Attach rope number 3. It can be a bit tricky to tighten up. Just do your best. And then the last 2 cords. And number 5. There we go. So we've got all 5 strands attached where the rope doubles. So now to make it tight, we're going to take this long tail that's to our left, and that's what we're going to pull on. So we're going to pull that. You can see the loop's getting smaller and smaller. And we want to make it as tight as possible. Like so. So that is how we get our inner circle. Now this long tail of rope becomes our filler cord. And this is the one that's going to work around and around and around and get the clove hitch knots tied onto it. So right now you've got your long tail, you've got your short tail. You need to just kind of keep that short tail out of the way. We're not going to be using it again. We'll trim it off a little bit later. So now I've got my 5-foot tail here. It's gonna go in front of all these other cords that I've just attached. Move those out of the way. I'm gonna go in front, and now I'm just going to start tying my clove hitch knots around that filler cord. First one, you want to pull them nice and snug, especially that first one, so that it looks like a circle in the middle. That's my first one. There's that little tail that I want to keep out of the way. So you just keep working all the way around. You'll be really good at your clove hitch knots after you get one of these done, because because all it is repetition, repetition, repetition. Right now, I have completed my first circle all the way around. So now I'm going to start going around again. And that's really all you are doing to make this coaster. There's my first knot of the second round. Now every so often you're going to find you come to a spot where there's a big gap between this cord and the next cord that you're using for your clove hitch knots. So that's when you want to cut a new piece of rope, same length, about 3 feet, and we're going to attach it right there. So you just take a new piece of rope, fold it in half, and we're going to join it on by doing a reverse lark's head knot to our filler cord, like so. And then tighten it up. And that kind of fills that gap, and then you can keep going. And you won't even be able to tell that it's a new cord. It just fits right in. And that's all there is to it. So you just keep going around and around. Now here again, I've got that another big gap. So I'll take another piece of rope and attach it the same way as before. Fold it in half, reverse lark's head knot attached to my filler cord, pull it tight, and then keep going with my clove hitch knots. Don't worry about adding too many extra cords. If there's a gap, you want to fill it. If you don't, you'll end up not with a flat coaster, but with like a bowl. So you don't want to not add enough rope. If you see a gap, put in a new piece of rope. So you keep going, you go around and around, and nothing changes. And when you're done, you'll be left with this spiral of clove hitch knots, and then you just want to trim the ends, brush them out. What I did with that little piece at the back, that first starter cord, I just cut it close to there so that it wasn't in the way. And then with my filler cord at the end, I just trimmed it and brushed it out so that it fit with the rest of the cords. And that's it. Thank you.